as I can here in the middle. You'll see I actually went ahead and fired up to get into close range with these machine guns. Threw a grenade. The grenade went off. You can tell by the blast pattern. Didn't really do anything. Luckily, Quasimodem is finally backing me up here. That mortar round was actually fired by his own mortar team, it looked like, because we don't have any mortar teams up here. Oh, finally, a lucky grenade takes out 3 individuals. And I'm just kind of taking one in the face and hoping Quasimodem has some better luck here. Looks like this heavy machine gun team was able to kill that sniper, who, for whatever reason, was uncloaked. Not sure if that was an accident or what. But, and we're just going to see what's going on here. So, Guantes, oh, he might finally be losing his fuel, but, you know, we've had a majority fuel for most of this game here, so it's kind of okay. Taking a quick peek back at our bases just to kind of see what's up. You'll see that Guantes went ahead and tech swapped to Weapon Support Center very quickly, which is always smart if you're having any sort of machine gun trouble. D as well did the same thing. You can see he got his machine guns, and now we both have our tank depots up. Quasimodem soon to catch up. Guantes soon to catch up with that as well. Having just built our supply yards. In fact, I went first. I just, you know, got nothing but supply yard, and I bet I got bar from my rifleman. Yeah, I got bar from my rifleman there. So Guantes is just constantly scouting this left-hand flank, and really he's just going to kind of fight over this point here as much as he can. That's all he needs to do right now, is just kind of defend that side, and he's doing a great job at that. Meanwhile, we've got just a little bit of a front here. You can see that this is a pretty good position here for a machine gun. It's too bad there's not better cover up there, but it's really going to prevent me from advancing forward in any way, especially with this scout motorcycle up here. Quasimodem, on the meantime, has got overlapping fields of fire with these machine gun emplacements. This is really nice because if people try and swing in past this machine gun nest, you know, it's obviously not complete on the left, but it is overlapping to some extent. And we do have a pack advancing up front here, no doubt anticipating our armor desires. So you'll see right off the bat, D and I have almost identical production here, Quasimodem and I. You'll see his level 2 Sherman Crocodile is pouring out as soon as my durable Sherman is coming out. So going to take a look back here and see what's up. By the way, I didn't mention this earlier, but the forward barracks, fantastic idea. If you ever really want to hold a position and make sure that you can hold it really well, just get your forward barracks up as soon as you push forward. I think I got that right around the time that I initially advanced up ahead. Meanwhile, we'll see a little bit of fighting going on between heavy machine gun team and a machine gun emplacement. Second machine gun team moving up to provide some cover, and just went ahead and retreated. Oh, and unfortunately, Lee's HMG team just broke down right then at that moment, or he could have got some parting shots at that unit right there. So, again, I'm starting to get encroached upon, but this is exactly the position I wanted to be in. As you can see, I overextended for a little bit, but knew I was going to lose the stuff that I grabbed, and when they finally caught back up, it left me in an advantage. And D is still in a total advantage. So, here we go. Level 5 durable Sherman. So this, again, hero unit. Basically, the term durable means the same when you apply it to anything that's a hero unit. It has more hit points and, you know, less armor penetration and more hit points and more hit points. Basically, stuff like that throughout its leveling up process. And a skilled prefix usually means that it has accuracy and things like that, movement speed. Just kind of just a generic bunch of traits, you know. Kind of a regular hero unit here. So meanwhile, we're going to be super aggressive, and this is a great example of what to do when you have an armor advantage, because we know they just don't have the fuel to have anything other than maybe some anti-tank guns. And we're going to push, because infantry are great against anti-tank guns. Meanwhile, Guantes just needs to hold on down here, and you can see he's got a wonderful position. His opponent has just managed to just push forward a single square this whole time that we've been capping the whole right-hand side of the map. And unfortunately, there's a mortar versus mortar battle going on here, and I don't anticipate that's going to end well, just because German mortars tend to really outperform Allied mortars, especially in mortar versus mortar combat. But you'll see here, this is how you drive this kind of a deal home, is you just run into their base. Just attack, 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 attack. Yeah, we could just sit there and defend with tanks and all that, but then that just invites them to move up cloaked packs and things like that. You really want kind of shock and awe. And now the problem that you'll see here is that we start getting back capped as a result of this. We really, really overextend up front, but frankly it wins us the game, so it's okay. We take a temporary loss to our control, and meanwhile we just win the game as a result of it. So we've got this Blitz anti-tank gun, level 5 hero anti-tank gun. This is kind of bad news for me, but thankfully he's hitting me right in the front, doing a little bit of damage. So I opt out and decide I'm just going to go for the mortar team over here and the easier hits. Fortunately, that was a rear armor hit. But meanwhile, Quasimodem moving up with the skilled Sherman Crocodile. This is fantastic, just kind of backburning all of these, all of the pack operators here. Looks like he took a Panzerfaust in the back from these Volksgrenadiers, but that's fine. and this pack is inevitably going to get burned to death. Meanwhile, I'm going to be able to repair this tank quite easily. And you can see I just activated, let me zoom back here, I just activated my auto repair ability, which I have almost completely maxed out. And you can see it's just going to repair. Meanwhile, we are in fact getting back capped. We do have the Grenadiers are kind of moving down. Kind of everybody just spilled out, and you know, earlier when I was mentioning that they have overlapping fields of fire, but not really on the left, unfortunately, the whole army just poured in through the left, and we're going to have to deal with that for a while. Guantes, on the other hand, is desperately just kind of, you know, pushing a little bit, but just kind of defending this position. You can see that this motorcycle is a little bit overextended. Oh, and the wondrous, you know, I gotta give a little quick ode here to the Wilson's rifleman guy, the Wilson's bazooka guy. I often call him just Bazooka Joe, and he's comic relief most of the time with the Wilson's rifle team because, you know, I always feel bad for this guy, but not every situation requires a bazooka. However, this poor guy only has a bazooka, so oftentimes you'll run up, like say behind this tractor and try and take some cover, and he'll be like, "All right, let me fire my bazooka," and blow up the tractor in front of all of you. Or he'll just wildly whiff, but every now and then, Bazooka Joe just really delivers. So I'll just leave it at that for now. But Bazooka Joe he's got a warm place in my heart as we saw him just take out that bike. Meanwhile, you can see that I have non-stop continued just pushing out these Sherman tanks, and you can tell by the rather endowed barrel here that I do have the long barrel upgrade, which increases damage significantly on these Sherman tanks. Meanwhile, I've finished repairing, and I'm just managing too much to remember to move that tank up. You can see I've got a big infantry push here now that we've taken the bunkers out, just flooding on in with infantry, killing all the retreating units, because naturally these units retreat back here and hang out in front of the base. And we're just kind of laying waste to everything in this base. You can see that, however, that this Axis player does have the base upgrade that gives him machine gunners on all of his buildings. Makes it very difficult to attack with any sort of infantry. Now, this is the big problem, and this is always a good move, is that we are getting back capped right now, which is the enemy can't do too much, but they can disconnect our territory by capping, again, looking at the chessboard, by capping this munitions area and this munitions area, they can just completely disconnect this entire chunk of our territory over here on the right. So, not a bad way to kind of, you know, guerrilla warfare, and frankly, that was the risk of us, you know, overextending so far, is that we can get back capped, but that's fine, because I think it's going to win us the game anyways. Here we see a standoff between a Stug and a Sherman, a durable Sherman. Just to show you this is all possible, using the HVAP rounds, which is an armor tree commander, you can see I've got increased accuracy, reload time, and armor penetration. I will just destroy this Stug. I mean, it's, you know, not even to mention if I had hit my repair ability or anything like that, but HVAP rounds really even things up if you feel like the German armor is a little too tough for Shermans. So Guantes, again, is just getting encroached upon. This poor guy has had nothing but machine gunners in his face all game. His mortars were met with other mortars, but that's fine, because sometimes, you know, one of you is gonna, you know, one of your teammates is gonna be that guy who just has a horrible time, you know. But thankfully, Guantes is doing the proper technique, which is just, you know, he's not suiciding in there. He knows that he just needs to kind of just hold on. And meanwhile, we've got this game here on the right and in the center. So let's take a look and see what's actually going on here. Unfortunately, I'm taking some pack shots up here. I used my HVAP rounds. Again, even if you're not fighting an armored unit, it's often good just to use that ability if you know you need to get some damage output real quick, just because of the attack speed upgrade, which is really useful. Meanwhile, we got my durable Sherman here, which was flanking around to kind of help out Guantes, but we're still getting back capped here. You've got these Fatherland HMG team. I don't know what they're doing all the way down there, and we've got this Grenadiers just capping points. But at this point, as soon as we just kind of muster our troops and get our crap together and run around and recap these things, we'll have total control over this map because of the amount of domination we've been doing. Also, it's worth noting that having just hit level 6 and having just picked up all of this money, I do now have Calliope available to me, although I don't know if I'll get a chance to see it this game. Looks like I just used it. Here's my Calliope coming on in, and as you can imagine, having this much control over the front of their base and then being able to just start Calliope barraging on in. For those of you who, for whatever reason, are not familiar, this is one of the Armor Tree Commander abilities. The Calliope has a large barrage of small rockets on top of it. Otherwise, it's a normal Sherman if you upgrade it, and it just lays waste for about 15 munitions. That'll just destroy a certain area of the map. So meanwhile, just kind of playing cleanup right now. I think the game is largely over, even though it looks like our map is completely disconnected. You can see that we're reconnecting our map using come on reconnect. Oh well, we're obviously busy doing other things, but we're reconnecting our map using, you know, far superior forces. You got hero units all over the map, capping everything. One of the players just dropped out, and the other players are all gone. So that ends the game, and hopefully that gives you a good idea. So what did we see? We saw a pretty good 3v3 on Red Ball Express, where the allied players just rushed forward with infantry, grabbed what they could, and then went straight for tanks and just hoped that the fuel differential was enough to push us over. So I'm going to keep pointing out little examples like that where early infantry versus machine gunner can work, and there's a lot of little tactics that help, but almost all of them require a hero infantry unit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Please subscribe if you like my cast. Otherwise, good night, good game, good luck. I've been Harlequin, and pleasure casting for you. Talk to you later. Bye.